if it gets sent to me. Also, everyone needs to record their races. So what I would say is that before qualifying, press your share button, back out, and then it will start to record. At the end of qualifying, you will hit the share button, press square, and then it will also start to record from there into the end of the race as well. Yeah, you don't have to, yeah, no, like, you don't have, yeah, all you have to do is press share and hit square, and then it will save your footage from there. Yes, you need to make sure that you go into your settings and set it to an hour. So, does anybody else? Yes, but if it's not called for, you can just go, you know, you can, yeah. So, you know, if, yeah. Exactly. So, anybody have any questions, anything? Anybody have any questions? Are we good to go? Alright, good luck, boys. Everyone get into your party chat. Good luck, boys. Yeah, be patient into turn one, please. Be patient into turn one. Alright, are we in here, Al? We in here?
Okay, let's do this.
Alright, I'm gonna do play-by-play. I'll let you do color. Is that cool?
That's fine with me.
Alright, let me get this sprite opened up. Get this sprite going because we're gonna need it. I probably should have started broadcasting. Is your voice thing set to always allow?
Yes, yes.
I probably shouldn't have started the stream now because now they can hear us. So unprofessional.
Hi, YouTube. This is awkward. We're off to a good start.
Waiting for it to load in. Alright, we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome everybody to the first F2 race of the year live in Sakhir, Bahrain. This is the first F2 race of the year where the points will finally start to matter. I am your commentator, PeteCon36, followed by my guest, Sinister Al 43. How are you, Al?
I'm doing great. I am excited for this season. It's going to be a fantastic season. Literally anyone could win this race.
Yes, indeed. So qualifying has gone out of the way, has started. We have a few drivers already making their way out of pit lane. So looks like we got Jonathan out there as well, making his first run. So anything that we should add to the broadcast or let the viewers know about what F2 is like?
Well, unlike F1, in F2 there is 2 races per weekend, so you'll see a 30-minute qualifying session, a long feature race, and after that is the sprint race. And the starting grid for the sprint race would be 8th would start on pole, 7th would start in 2nd, and so forth with the top 8.
And then pretty much whoever finished in 9th and after is pretty much staying all in their original spot of where they finish in the feature race. We're going to go over a few of the drivers that are out here for the race today. In the Trident cars, we have Minnesota Wild Fan, and the name was Duck. The only driver for the Prima team, Sebo Pie. In the Dams cars, we got Man Man and Glenn Coco. For the ART team, we have the obvious favorite to win this race, and probably the favorite to win the whole entire thing is Damage, followed by his teammate, very fast, Apex Glide. We have
what a team that is.
Oh, it's
what
an
a team.
amazing team. Then we have Hefty Bag in the MP Motorsport car. We have Sniper Pig, who was our Spanish Grand Prix F1 winner, who is probably going to be promoted to the F1 series here soon. But Sniper Pig and Kill the Birdman are in the Arden cars, followed by Lucas and Fiji in the Campos cars. We got Sergeant Anderson, who is without his teammate tonight, in the Trident car. And then for the Carlin team, we have the former Le Mans winner, Jonathan, and two-time IndyCar Daytona 500 winner, Laser Runner.
To add on, Damage is currently on his flying lap. He is in the middle of Sector 2 at the moment.
Yep, and
and he is looking very strong already.
So we're going to have to look at the tires of who is on what and see who is going to take their chances on the softs first. The smart strategy is to start out on the medium tires first, to go out there and see where your car is at, see where the setup is. So you want to get your run on the medium tires, and then you want to do your fastest flying lap on the softs. Jonathan is making his way down the final corner. He will be the first driver to set a lap. Let's see what he gets. He gets a 1:43.2. Seville Pie looking like, no, it's going to be Damage. Damage is going to set his own lap. He sets a 1:41.9. And Seville Pie gets on pole as well.
Oh!
But he is on the softs, though, so he gets a 1:41.6. So please know that he has taken a run with those soft tires. It looks like Laser Runner has aborted his lap and is coming into the pits. Another driver right now that is going to be putting in his own lap soon is Sergeant Anderson for the Trident team.
Hefty Bag is currently on a flying lap at the moment. He is at the tail end of Sector 2. We'll see what his pace is now.
Sergeant Anderson sets a 1:46.0. It looks like Man is trying to get back onto the track. He's dangerously close to looking like he's possibly parking the car, and he could get disqualified from the race. So we are missing a few of our F2 drivers tonight. We are missing one complete team, that is the Charouz team, as CKT and the Stig are not in the race, as Zoot Crew is also not going to be racing with us tonight. Bag looks like he aborted his lap. It also looks like he made he made contact with another driver, and he aborted his lap. I wonder if he was the one who got into Laser Runner there. Damage is going to set another lap. Let's see if he can beat that time, and he does. He sets a 1:40.8. See if we can find anybody who is getting there in Sector 3. Looks like the two Campos cars, Fiji and Lucas, are starting to make their way down, and let's see how
Damage has improved to a 1:40.8, so that's an absolutely stunning lap on medium tires.
Looks like Fiji's lap was aborted by the stewards, and Lucas sets a 1:43.6. Nameless Duck goes a little bit off the track there. He's trying to set his first lap of his F2 qualifying. So, both of you and I, we have raced in Bahrain already in the year. Also, little known fact, Birdman just got himself all the way up to third with a 1:43.0, and the Nameless Duck puts a 1:42.9. So, you were the pole winner at Bahrain. What can you tell us about Bahrain and how do you want to get the fastest lap here?
Really just, this is going to be the worst advice ever, but you can't be scared of the curbs here. Usually at most tracks, if you put 2 wheels on the curbs, it's pretty much a guaranteed spin. Here, it's actually the complete opposite. So that's how I ended up and won the pole by actually 0.003 of a second over Apex, who is driving in the ART for tonight's race.
There is a curb here where Man is driving by right now. That familiar curb that you see right at the beginning of the corner does have a reputation amongst the other league drivers as a curb of death, as if you hit that curb you can easily lose it and it will spin you out and chew you right out. It's a very dangerous curb. Fiji was able to get himself up into 4th place, but Man sets a 1:42.3.
That's a pretty nice lap. He was on soft, so you would expect a little bit more from him on soft tires.
Fiji was able to get up there to P5. So Man and Sevelpai, who started their laps, who already got their softs run out of the way, don't know if that was the smartest route to go with.
3 very fast drivers has yet to set a lap in the session. Apex, Hefty Bag, and Wildfan still in the pits. Well, Wildfan is actually on his outlap now, so I stand corrected there.
Laser Runner coming up to the final corner. Sorry to cut you off there, but let's see what Laser Runner can get up to. He will get up to P6 with a 1:42.8.
That's a very nice lap.
Minnesota Wildfan has started his first lap. We got Hefty Bag, Minnesota Wildfan, Glenn Coco, and Pex, who still have not put in their times. Want to see how well they do.
No offense to Wild here, but he tends to not have the greatest pace in qualifying in a feature race. He usually finishes around P7 or a P8 and puts him in great position for the sprint race, where he really just excels. He is very good in the sprint races.
I agree. Hefty Bag was able to get himself up to P2 with a 1.41.099. He's a little bit off from damage, as Hefty Bag was able to recover from his very first lap where he had some wing damage, and he was able to get himself all the way up to P2. Let's see how Wildfan does, the driver that we were just
I want to add that lap was also on medium tires.
Yes, it was.
Like damages lap. So he is proving he is a huge contender to win this race.
He could be a contender to win the overall series as well. Let's see how Minnesota Wildfan. Jonathan was able to get himself from P10 to P9. Let's see how Wild does. Wildfan gets a 142.0 as he gets himself all the way up to P6. Currently, we're looking at Glenn Coco, who is going to try and set his first lap of the night, as he gets a 1:45.8. Not exactly fast, but they
surely
are on
he had
the
an issue or something.
Tires. Right now, drivers that are finally going to be starting their softs run, it looks like Sergeant Anderson is the first driver to go out there on the softs. Let's see if Hefty Bag can improve on his time. Nope, he will abort the lap. We also have damage coming out for another lap on his medium tires, so he's not going to put the softs on just yet. try and see if we can find a driver. So Sergeant Anderson is starting his first lap on the soft tires.
Apex still hasn't did a lap yet. That is very, very concerning. I don't know if he has an issue on the car, but pretty scary stuff.
Also, I want to interrupt and say that I want to congratulate a friend of mine who has also won the Project Cars 2 IndyCar title. I want to say congrats to you, Intersport, my long friend, for winning the title 2 nights ago.
Congratulations.
For the IndyCar Championship. Jonathan, and unfortunately he didn't win the Indy 500 race as I won that race. So, but he is the
competition
IndyCar
going on there.
Champion. Yes, yes. There's always some competition going on between all of us. Damage right now is currently on a lap trying to improve on his times. Let's see if he can improve on his
still can't improve on his pretty abysmal lap.
Both him and Sergeant Anderson are having trouble. Sergeant Anderson, who is going to make his first lap out there on the softs, see if he can improve on his time. He
was about 4/10 up in Sector 2.
Oh, he's going to have to go faster than that. Damage will abort his lap as Sergeant Anderson gets himself just up to P13 out there on the softs.
Just a very abysmal performance from those two. And also, Sergeant Anderson was also on soft tires, so that is even more concerning for the Trident team.
Hefty Bag is going to come out for another lap on the medium tires. Seville Pie was out there on a lap, but he ended up going back into the pits. So right now, the only drivers that we want to really look at that can possibly improve on their time is Lucas right now, who is 7/10 faster than his initial lap. That is right now getting him up one spot. We have two drivers who are going to come out for their first run on the softs, as that is Fiji and the Nameless Duck. Let's see where Lucas can get himself to. Can he get up there? He gets himself up to P8. Good run.
What a lap.
Gets himself up to P8. So right now we got Fiji, Laser Runner, and the Nameless Duck who are on their out laps. Glenn Coco
Apex is still in the pits. What is going on inside of that garage?
He's probably just waiting until they get a lot more rubber down, and he's probably just wanting to go out there and just do a lap and just do his own thing.
I guess so, but I mean...
Now, currently faster, but go on now.
I mean, you've got a 30-minute qualifying session, so really it's pretty much a practice and a qualifying session wrapped up into one. So waiting until it's like 5 minutes left really isn't too smart, because you won't have a fantastic feel of your car or the track. So it's good to head out as soon as the light turns green to go ahead and get a good feel for the track and your car for a fantastic lap at the end.
Right now, a driver who is currently looking to improve on his time some more, it's Lucas from the Campos team, as he was 2/10 faster. Let's see if he can improve on his time here and possibly get himself up into P7. We have yellows on the track. Just know that that's probably the yellows of drivers who are slowing down and letting drivers through. And Lucas does get himself up to P7.
Well, let's keep an eye on a Hefty Bag here. He was about a 100th up on his previous lap in Sector 1. So let's see his pace through Sector 2 here. And he's about a 10th down now. So he lost a good bit of time there in the second sector. Let's see if it could pull a magical third sector here and put it on pole for the feature race. He's heading out of the final corner now. A little bit of curve there. Final sprint to the end. Is it enough? Don't think it's going to be. He's going to stay P2.
Yeah, he was 4/10 slower than his initial lap. Another driver looking to improve on his time. It's Fiji. His first run on the softs. He gets himself up to P6 with a 1:41.8. We have Jonathan, who is currently making his first run on the softs. He does have a driver in his way. I wonder if Fiji will get out of his way or not. I'm pretty excited for this race. This is a good track
me
for
too.
A lot of great racing.
I am thrilled. Snipper Pig is starting on another flying lap. The winner of the Spanish Grand Prix in the F1 league, with a very dominating performance, really. So let's see if he can improve. He's a 10th down on his best lap, so I don't think he's going to be able and improve on his time.
Looks like Fiji and Jonathan are trying to get their first few laps in on those soft tires. Fiji is definitely faster right now. He's 0.3 faster than his last lap. How is Jonathan doing as well? We will follow both of them here to the final corner. Fiji from the Campos team and Jonathan from the Carlin team. Fiji is going to get, he's going to get himself up to P4, and Jonathan gets himself up to P6. Sergeant Anderson was definitely faster his last lap. Fiji is currently flying on the track right.
He's showing some very impressive pace.
Fiji does get out of the way for Jonathan. Let's see how he does. See if he can improve on his 1:41.6.
Snipper is starting on a new flying lap now. He's coming out of turn 1. A little bit of curve there in turn 2, not a huge deal.
We have about 4 other drivers who are starting on their out lap as well. Let's see where Sniper Pig is. Sniper Pig, his mediums are probably gone, so he's probably going to go into the pits soon and get on those pair of softs. Man is
actually a 10th up on his fastest lap. So to be on warm medium tires, he's showing some very impressive pace.
Looks like Jonathan's going to have a problem here with Sergeant Anderson. Sergeant Anderson is also on his own laps too. He's impeding on his time a little bit. That's going to probably hurt Jonathan for sure on his lap, but he does get himself up to P3 with that time. He sets a 1:41.1. Probably would have gotten himself up to P2 if he didn't have Sergeant Anderson in front of him. Many drivers are now out there on their fast laps as Sergeant
Sniper Pig is on an absolute flyer at the moment, and he aborts the lap. He was going so much faster, about a full 0.2 faster than his best lap, and he aborts the lap. Interesting decision, but I'm sure they know something we don't. So let's let them do their thing.
Right now, 2 of the front runners for this race, Hefty Bag and Damage, are currently out there on their laps. On their out lap. Damage has started his lap. Got the nameless duck. Let's see if he can improve on his time. Where is he going to be? He gets himself up to P10. Can Glenn Coco improve on his time? He only gets up to a P13. Damage right now trying to set the fastest lap. Any other drivers right now? Nope. So let's follow Damage around for a little bit. See if he can improve on his time. He's not as fast.
Somehow slower. Third sector 1 actually on soft tires. Very interesting and very concerning as well. Man, he pulls off and lets Damage go through. Smart move.
So probably the championship contender to win this whole entire thing. I would have to say it's obviously Damage, as he has won the last 3 feature races in our F2 mock series that we had, and he has put it on pole in every mock race that we have had as well. And Hefty Bag is also on his hot lap out there on the softs. See if Damage, he's more than likely going to improve on his time. He does. He sets a 140.6, but only 0.2 faster.
Only 0.2 faster.
But you know, Al, you know that he wants to improve on that time.
Oh, yeah, he does.
That he is gunning to improve on that
just pissed him off even more. So he's fixing to be on an absolute flyer now.
So Hefty Bag currently in Sector 2. Let's see how Wildfan does. If he can improve on his time as well, as he is out there for the first lap on his softs. He does, and he gets a 141.4. Gets himself all the way up to P5. Lucas coming down the front stretch on his first lap with the softs, and he gets himself up to P4. Hefty Bag also, who is 0.8 faster than his initial time. He is probably going to put it on pole here, and he does with a 140.1.
I love this league. Ah, this is so exciting. This is what I live for, really.
Does get the juices flowing.
Oh, that's for dead gum sure.
Looks like we got some trouble here with Glenn Coco. He is spun off here in Sector 2. See if Laser Runner can improve on his time as well. But we're going to go back to Damage here. He is coming down the backstretch. Looks like he was slower. Interesting though, as Apex has not come out there for his lap yet.
What's going on there? This is very unusual.
Car problems or something. Damage will not improve on his lap, but he is probably more than likely going to take another run on that tires. Minnesota Wildfan right now 0.2 faster. See if Wildfan can get himself up there into the top 5. He's a driver to look out for. Getting good speed down the straightaway, and he gets himself up to P3 with a 140.9. Hefty Bag trying to improve on his time with Lucas coming down the front stretch, but he's probably calling it off. Can Killer Birdman improve on his time as well on the softs? He gets up to P11. Can Hefty Bag improve on his time? He can't. Oh, and he does by 0.03 of a second. I wonder if Damage had someone impeded on his lap, because he is 0.8 slower from what it was telling me. I wonder if those soft tires are currently gone now and not working for him, as Sniper Pig also setting his very first lap out there on the softs. I will tell you what, he will not be in the F2 series soon, so I will say that, because he definitely won that F1 race. He was originally signed on to be in the Arden team car, but we've had a driver in the series who has not been able to show up. So I will say this is probably his last F2 race of the year, so might as well get him on after trying out the whole entire week with the car and just let him do his race. So this will probably be his final F2 race of the year. Damage is currently into the pits. Minnesota Wild fan is probably not going to improve on his time. Jonathan's coming down to the final corner. Let's see if he can improve on his time as well. Can he get it? By 1/1000th of a second. Was not able to get himself up into the top 3.
Is currently on a flyer. He is tearing through this track. He comes out. He is almost a full second faster on those soft tires.
Sniper Pig, who won the race yesterday as a reserve driver, looking to make his one and only F2 race a good one. Probably going to take pole right here. Barely a 140.4 for Sniper Pig. Jonathan, who is a little bit more faster. Apex has not come out for his pit for his lap at all.
I saw that, and maybe he is staying and starting
Maybe he's
in the
gonna
back
start from the back. It's a
on
very
purpose
interesting call.
and try and get pole for the sprint race.
Maybe finish an 8th, but with a driver of his caliber and talent, I don't think
he would need to do that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he would really need to do something like that. And I think a driver of his caliber and talent, he's probably going to be able to move up through the field pretty well. Damage currently out there on his outlap, trying to improve on his time. I don't know if Jonathan will abort his lap. Let's see if Sebelpai can improve on his time as well. Laser Runner has started a final lap for his qualifying run. Let's see if Sebelpai can improve on his lap.
Sniper looks fast again. Sniper looks very fast again. He could take pole here.
Well, we'll follow Sebelpai here, see if he can improve on his time, and he couldn't. So right now, Sniper Pig and Laser Runner. Sniper Pig trying to improve on his time. He's probably going to try and get one last lap in. He's almost 3/10 faster. He will get a chance to try and take pole from Bag.
And Damage is going to lose out on pole.
Lucas was also able to get himself to P6. So Damage, who has set it on pole for all of the mock preseason races that we have had, he will lose out pole to Hefty Bag.
It doesn't seem like a Sniper Pig is going to improve here. He was maybe 200 slower through Sector 1. Let's see if he can put together a solid Sector 2 here.
Let's see how
Nice
Laser
corner.
Runner does here, though. Can Laser Runner improve on his time? Get himself up there? He can't. He was 1/10 slower. We'll finish out with the other drivers. Sebelpai coming down the back stretch. Can you tell me how Sniper Pig is doing? Is he looking any faster
He is
right now?
Nah, his lap is probably over through Sector 2. He was a full 10th slower, so yeah, I believe Hefty Bag will take the first pole position of the season.
Sebelpai was unable to improve on his time. As we got Lucas coming down at the final back straight here. He does not look like he is going to improve on his time. Sniper Pig was not able to improve on his lap at all, and Lucas is aborting his lap as he will go back to the pits. So Hefty Bag will take the first ever UDL F2 pole of the league. Impressive performance by Bag. Very,
Damage all the way down in P3, 6/10 off of pole.
very unfortunate run for him. So as the grid stands right now, we have Hefty Bag on pole, Pig in second, Damage in third, Wild Fan in P4, Jonathan in P5, Lucas in P6, Fiji in P7, Seville Pie in P8, Man in P9, and Laser Runner will round out the top 10. I will get you the rest of the qualifying order right after here. Bag, your thoughts on the qualifying?
Back? What? Oh, me? Okay.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Very interesting session. Damage is all the way down in P3, so that is very shocking. Hefty Bag laid down a very solid lap with a 140.0. I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah, I am also very impressed with Wild Fan. He usually isn't that strong,
but he showed
in qualifying,
great,
and he puts it in P4
pace today. So here we are, folks. The time has finally come. The F2 first race of the year in this series. So I have to ask, Sinister Al, who are your 3 drivers to watch for?
Well, one for sure. It's got to be Damage. He's pissed off. He's starting in third. He is not used to that. He's going to be on a tear in this race. A second driver to watch is Wild Fan. He got his best career start. And another one to watch, I'm going to say Man. He's put in a whole lot of practice. He's usually a midfield runner, but he has put in a whole lot of practice, and he could be a contender to score some good points or maybe even a podium.
I have to agree with that. So if you have to say, who do you think is going to win this race? Who is your bet to win this race?
I like Sniper Pig. He showed some great pace in qualifying. He showed like great pace and everything he's stepped into. So I expect him to have a very good race today.
I do too. If I'm going to have to say my winner today's feature race, I'm going to have to say I'm going to go with the obvious choice and say that it's Damage. Tire strategies for this race, it looks like most of the grid will be starting on the soft tires. 14 drivers will be in this race. Only 3 drivers will be starting out on the medium tire. It looks like both of the
including Wild Fan
Russian time cars will be starting on the medium tires, and Seville Pie will be starting on the medium tire compound as well. And if I have to have a dark horse to win this race, I'm going to have to say it's Jonathan, standing right there in P5. So that is a driver to look out for that could potentially win this race.
Yeah, Jonathan has always been sneaky fast, I guess you could say. He hasn't shown a whole lot of pace, but he is always right there and contending for the win.
Gonna have to give off a warning to our viewers here. Sometimes when the lights come on and they go off, the race doesn't always start. So be wary of that. That sometimes it is off just by a little bit. The drivers are starting to make their way to their grid spots. This is going to be exciting. I am super pumped for this race.
Something to point out here, Hefty Bag has made it to the grid very early. He must be very, very eager to get this going. Spending no time at all on the formation lap.
So 16 laps is the lap count for this race. The lights are on, and we are
Oh, this is laughing.
Go! We are racing as the first ever F2 UDL race is underway. Hefty Bag gets off to a great start. Damage is going on the outside of Pig. Driver's being cautious going into the corners, and it looks like we got some trouble with the driver. Don't know if it was Laser Runner who gets into trouble. Bag still in the lead, followed by Damage right behind him, trying to make a move. And it looks like a driver gets...
Oh no!
Lucas gets hit.
Around.
Lucas gets hit by one of the drivers there as he gets turned around. Very unfortunate start for him. Bag is still in the lead, being followed by Damage here.
Jonathan got very loose.
Looks like Fiji was trying to go on the inside. This is a tough corner to make. It's a very tough breaking point. Pex, who was started in last, already up there to P9. The Nameless Duck is already up there to P8 as well. Looks like they are battling out too. Seville Pie tries to go and he gets around him. But Bag
has gone for something very adventurous there. I don't think it worked out for him though.
Currently battling out right now for P1, Bag, Damage, and Pig. As it looks like Hefty Bag will lead the very first ever lap in the F2 Bahrain feature race. Looks like Jonathan's trying to go for a move on him.
Damage seemed like he wanted to go for a move there, but he thought a whole lot better of it and decided
they are battling very hard here in the spots. Seville Pie looks like he lost out on 3 spots as Jonathan and Wildfan battling out for P4. Jonathan goes on the outside. He clears Wildfan and he will take
a little bit of contact
P4.
with Laser Runner and Seville Pie.
Apex, who has started in last place, has made his way up all the way to P7. Sniper Pig and Damage and Bag currently battling out for the top 3 spots. They will not get the DRS yet until about lap 3. Looks like we got a yellow. Don't know if that's a driver currently spun out. It looks like Glenn Coco has spun it.
Oh no.
And Glenn Coco is currently in last place. Damage
what
still
has
trying.
happened to Lucas?
Damage is still trying to chase down Bag. Go on now.
So Lucas started in what, P7 I think? He's all the way down to P12. So I'm not sure what has happened there.
He was spun out on the very first lap.
Yeah.
Sniper Pig has lost it! Sniper Pig has lost it! Oh no! Unfortunately for him, Sniper Pig has lost it, but Damage is trying to go for the lead on Bag. As he takes the lead from Bag.
Wow.
Damage will take the lead from Hefty Bag, and Hefty Bag will try to fight.
Hefty's gonna look right back.
He's going to the inside. He makes a bold move.
Can
he make it stick? Goes very wide out, and Damage will take P1 back. That is going to hurt his tires tremendously. Sniper Pig, let's see if he has any ring damage. So it does look like Sniper Pig didn't take any damage. He did spin out though at a P3. Very unfortunate there for Pig. So Damage is our race leader as he was able to make the pass on Hefty Bag. He was also able to set the fastest lap of the race. Tons of battling going out right now with P4 all the way to P8.
the sprint race. The sprint race is going to be fantastic. If we are seeing...
Ooh, looks like Apex got into the back of Fiji a little bit. They're coming down the back straight. Pex is going to look for a move to the outside. He's not going to be able to get it, though. He's going to tuck in behind. He's going to get that DRS zone, though, and get him on the straight. Damage currently still our leader of this race. It does look like Hefty Bag is starting to get a move on him, as Apex is looking to the inside of Fiji here. Can he clear him? It looks like Man is trying to get in there too. Man lost out a little bit there. Tons of battling. It looks like Birdman is going to look for the attack after Man tried to shoot a move up there, and he's going to lose out to Birdman in the Ardent cars. Sniper Pig, Laser Runner goes for a move. He could not make it snick as Laser Runner gets loose there. Glenn Coco is in the pits as he is getting his tires on. Bag currently trying to fight against Damage here for P1. Very close battle here. And it looks like this is going to be the battle until Pig spun out. It looks like it was going to be a 3-man race. Now it's going to be a 2-man race all the way until the end. Looks like Fiji has lost out 2 spots to Man as they are battling very closely. Man's going to try and go to the inside. Cannot get it. Birdman will take his spot. Man's going to try and go way down the inside of Birdman. Can he clear him? It looks like he will clear him, but Birdman is going to get that DRS zone. Birdman will get that DRS zone and fight back. Birdman goes to the inside. Let's see if he can get him. Birdman clears him, but they're also going to get DRS down this other straight as well. Man kind of goes to the inside a little bit. Very good battling here between Man and Birdman. Man goes to the outside. Birdman chooses to defend his line. They are battling very nicely here for P6. One of them's going to go into the corner.
Stuff.
And he gets a beautiful pass on Birdman there.
What a move by Man. Very impressed with how he is driving so far. And as this is happening, Duck looked very aggressive there and almost made a move.
Oh, they was Duck gets into the Whoa. Sorry about the static there, but Birdman...
Yeah, oh, sorry about that.
The nameless Duck got into the back of Birdman. Almost spins himself out. Thankfully, he didn't take him or Birdman out. Sevelpie made a move on Fiji there. Campo's team, after having a good time in qualifying, is not having a good race.
Sorry about the year rate, YouTube.
Looks like the leaders are now coming into pit. The leaders are now coming into pit, and it looks like most of the drivers on these softs, Jonathan will take the lead from Damage and Hep and Bag. Damage is right now in the pits, putting on a pair of medium tires. So is Bag. Let's see who will get out first. It looks like Damage will get out first. Sniper Pig currently in the pits. Both of them got good pits as they were able to, and it looks like Minnesota Wildfan had a problem. I wonder what has happened to Wildfan. He was in P2 behind Jonathan, and he fell all the way down to P8. He either spun out in one of the corners or something happened, but Wildfan has lost out many spots there, as he will cycle all the way down to P8. Very unfortunate for Wildfan. And right now, Damage and Bag cycled all the way to P10 and P11. Jonathan currently our race leader, followed by Pex and Man.
Ooh! Hefty Bag is in the wall. Hefty Bag is
Hefty Bag
into the
has
wall in
spun
sector
it.
one.
Hefty Bag has lost it. Very unfortunate for Bag as he was following right behind Damage. So two of our top drivers that were giving Damage a huge run have lost it. Very unfortunate for them. And you had Minnesota Wild Fan spin it as well. Let's see if Jonathan will come into the pits here on his lap. He will come into the pits. Pex also coming in to the pits. Man will stay out. Birdman will choose to come into the pits as well. As we have most of the leaders coming into pit. Looks like Sevelpie and Wildfan are battling it out. Wildfan looks for a move on him and he will get him. Jonathan will take a set of medium tires, followed by Pex as he will put on a set of medium tires. Birdman will get onto the medium tires and Fiji will get out there on the medium tires. Damage will be able to pass all four of them as he will probably take the race lead once everybody makes their pits. Bag does not have to pit for any wing damage at all, but he is coming right into oncoming traffic. See if he could try and get a move here on Apex here. Both of them have already made their pits. Hefty Bag's gonna go to the inside of him. Can he make it stick? He was able to make it stick. A little bit of contact there between him and Pex.
I am very impressed with Apex in this race. He started in the back, and now it looks like he may have a podium now. It's a very strong drive from Apex.
Man currently our race leader. He is still out there on the softs. He is probably going to have to pit this lap, or I would have to pit now if I was Man, as I think that's probably what he's going to go with. Man is going to come into the pits, and that will mean the two Russian time cars, the Nameless Duck and Minnesota Wild Fan, will take P1 and P2. And the drivers who started out on the medium compound at the beginning of the race are currently in the top three. Looks like we have a yellow somewhere in sector 2. Don't know what was going on there. But currently Wildfan and Sevelpie battling it out for P2. Sevelpie gets DRS, trying to see if he could possibly make a move. He does not. He will stay behind and follow Wildfan all the way out. Damage currently right now going through turn 4. Multiple drivers battling it out. It looks like when Man came out of the pits, he kind of blocked Apex there, and he touches Pex. And we have a collision with one of the drivers. It looks like it's Fiji from the Campos team who got spun out there with many of those drivers. I wonder if it was because of one of the drivers coming out of the pits. And those pits are causing some trouble today for some of the drivers. Man currently behind Hefty Bag as Apex is trying to battle back there. He has Birdman behind him. Currently our race leaders, the Nameless Duck and Minnesota, and yeah, the Nameless Duck currently in the lead. Started all the way from the back as he is currently holding his lead. But once they pit and go onto a pair of softs, it looks like they will be the ones. They will be trying to get some fast starts. Because they started out on the medium tires. They were the only 3 drivers who started out on the medium compound at the beginning of the race. So right now, Man is trying to get some DRS on Hefty Bag. None of the drivers are looking like that they are in a position to get a move. Let's see if they can go for one here. Pex kind of goes to the inside of Man there. He goes back to the outside. They're racing side by side. Apex clears him. Let's see if Man will go for a move and attack.
Man goes for it.
Man couldn't make the move stick, but that might leave an opening for Birdman though. A lot of great racing so far. This is a good race. This is a good track for racing.
And seeing this, just imagine how great the sprint race is going to be. I can't wait for the sprint race if this is happening in a feature race.
Right now, the Nameless Duck is still holding his lead as Glenn Coco is our first retiree of the F2 race. He went into the pits and he DNF'd. Damage has also set the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, what else is new?
Apex trying to look like he wants to make a move on Bag here. He's going to get some DRS, and Birdman and Man, they will also be battling it out. See if Birdman can make a move on Man here. He has the DRS. Looks like he gets in front of him. Can he clear him? Goes out wide a little bit. Man goes back to the inside for an over-under move. But Birdman is not letting him through.
Man's he's got to run. He's going to look high.
Goes to the inside a little bit. One of them's going to have to back off though. Goes out the track a little bit, but Man will lose out to Birdman. Man does not look for a move to the inside there. So right now, the three drivers who started out there on the medium tires, they are still out there. So they are driving on 10-lap-old medium tires. So they will probably be pitting around in the next 2 laps. I assume they will be pitting in the next 2 laps.
Not really sure why they're doing that, because the only thing they're doing is losing time.
Well,
So
Nameless Duck does come into pit. Sebelpie has come into pit as well. So Damage will cycle all the way up to P2. Jonathan is going to try and make a move, but Jonathan has lost a lot of time though.
He has. I'm not sure if Damage is just that fast, or if Jonathan has spun out somewhere and we just missed it.
So Minnesota Wild Fan will cycle all the way up to P1. He will be pitting on this lap, I would have to assume. Nameless Duck will cycle all the way back to P8, and Sebelpie cycles all the way back to P10. We are currently looking live at the battle between Bag and Apex right now from the helicopter cam. So it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers that have pitted on these soft tires do, as they will be trying to make in those spots up. So the Nameless Duck is going to try and catch up to Birdman as well.
Ooh, Fiji's lost it.
It's like Fiji and Laser Runner were having some troubles there. Pex is starting to run away. Bag is starting to run away from Pex a little bit. Wildfan, currently our race leader, he will more than likely be pitting on this lap, as that will allow Damage to take the lead from Wildfan. Damage is now our race leader. Can Jonathan get the undercut on him and get all the way up to P2? I would assume he does. Minnesota Wild fan, he goes up there and he gets himself onto a pair of soft. I can only imagine how it would have all gone if Wild fan didn't have that spin out at the beginning of the race.
Oh yeah.
It was about like lap 4 or 5, I want to say, when he had that problem. Name was Duck, does get in front of his teammate. Looks like Several Pie is going for a move on Sniper Pig. Several Pie is on those softs. Can he beat out Sniper Pig? They're going to be battling out side by side, going down the straight. Sniper Pig trying to protect that position. Several Pie does clear him. Does he clear him? It looks like he does, as he will take P8. But Sniper Pig will probably battle back as well.
Ooh, oh,
Jonathan gets in the bag. Something is
side
wrong.
by side.
Something is wrong with Jonathan's car, and Jonathan gets into the bag.
Hits him again.
A bag, as that will leave a move for for Pex. Pex is going to try to go to the inside. They both have DRS though. Can Pex make the move? They touch.
Go for that. Oh no.
They touch a little bit. I wonder what has happened to Jonathan, though. He has lost a huge amount of time. Both going down the straight. Very close battling all the way from P2 to P6. And watch out for the Nameless Duck here, as he is on a pair of softs. Pex gets into the back of Jonathan.
A little bit of a bump and run there. You know what? I kind of respect it though. I mean, Johnson has been driving very, very aggressively lately, so he had it coming, really.
But that is not something that I would say that is allowed in open wheel racing. That is something that is not allowed in open wheel racing. Yes, even if a guy does get a little bit of a bump and run on you, I wouldn't say that that is something to retaliate back. It looks like Man is going to go to the inside of Jonathan though. He battles back. Good. Very close battling all the way from P3 all the way up to P6. Nameless Duck, who is on those softs, is looking like he is trying to make a move on Birdman here. He looks like he goes to the inside a little bit. Very close battling all the way down from P2 all the way to P7. Nameless Duck kind of gets into the bag. No. Jonathan gets loose. Jonathan gets loose. He will lose out a spot to Man. He will lose out the spot to the Nameless Duck and Birdman as well, as Jonathan, who was in P2 at one point in the race, has fallen all the way down to P7. Oh, and Birdman touches him as they collide. Oh no, what a horrible. Jonathan pushes all the way back to P10.
You've got to feel for him. This is looking so good.
He was having a good race. He was all the way up in P2. He was about 4 seconds, I want to say, in front of bag. Man is looking like he's going for a move on Pex, though. Looks like Pex has a bit of a broken wing there on his right side. Man is going to try and go for the attack here, but Nameless Duck is another driver to watch out for, as he is on those softs. Nameless Duck could not be able to get a move. It looks like he does get the move, and he does go, and the Nameless Duck will take P4 from Man. Nameless Duck, who is on those softs, though, with Pex, who has a broken right wing. Could be very interesting if Duck can just hold his own and just keep it clean. He could get around Pex here.
Great performance by Man though. He has usually either spun or had some type of issue in the F2 races, so I am very impressed to see him fighting for a podium here.
Also, Nameless Duck as well. Two of the drivers who hadn't had the strongest the preseason at all. Both of them currently right now in P4 and P5. So good call there, Al, for Man as well to be a driver to watch for in this race. While all of that is going on, it looks like Wildfan has also got himself all the way up to P7. Let's see if Nameless Duck and Man as they are battling very tough.
Very aggressive here.
Nameless Duck,
go for it.
He's going for it. He's going for the move. They're battling out, elbows out. Nameless Duck, he gets the move to stick. As the Nameless Duck will take P3, and Man is going to battle on the inside. Can Man get the move to stick? He will go to the inside as he makes the move stick, but Pex will battle back with 2 laps to go. Pex gets into the inside, kind of gives him a little bit of a push there. Both of them not willing to give up. Elbows out. Can they get in there? Apex will take the move back from Man. And while all that is going on, we are 2 laps to go in this race. So this is all or nothing. And it looks like Minnesota Wildfan gets into the back of Birdman there.
Oh no.
Minnesota Wildfan going for a move on Pex. Let's see if he does. He gets into the back of Pex. While all that is going on, Man has passed Pex. Minnesota Wildfan has got around Pig and Birdman as well. Final lap. Damage has started the final lap of the race. Intense battling all the way down from P3 all the way to P8. Apex takes P4 away from Man.
Now,
this is going to get chippy.
I said a while back how the Russian time cars staying out on medium tires for that long was a horrible choice.
Looks like Man's going to go to the inside, but Wildfan makes a huge dive, gets himself all the way up to P5. He gets all the way up to P5. He made a huge move. Passed 2 drivers in the corner. He passed Man and Pig. Birdman and the Arctic cars are into each other. Unbelievable racing here for the final few spots. Where is Damage at?
Oh, Birdman lost it.
Birdman has lost it. Wildfan and Apex battling it out here. Looks like Man got loose and Sniper Pig will get in front of him.
It was all going so well for Man, and now he's just losing place after place. And Russian time has made me look like a complete idiot for saying this, staying out of me.
While all of that is going on, I have to interrupt as Damage is coming up to the final corner, and Mr. Damage will win the F2 feature race in Bahrain. Hefty Bag will more than likely take the P2 spot. Minnesota Wildfan are battling it out side by side. Wildfan trying to get on the inside of Pex here. Bag will take P2 in this race. Wildfan goes to the inside. Can he make it stick? Can he make it stick? It looks like he does. Nameless Duck will take P3 and Minnesota Wildfan will beat out Pex. Sniper Pig will take P6, Man P7, 705 P8, Jonathan P9, Birdman P10, Lucas P11, Laser Runner will finish in P12, and Fiji will finish in P13. But Damage, Bag, and the Nameless Duck will get the first ever podium in the UDL F2 series here in Bahrain. Fantastic racing.
It may have been a boring race at the front, but for second and third, that was one of the best races I have ever seen.
I gotta say, what a move by Wildfan there to get him all the way up in a spot to battle for P4 as well. And what a strategy call by him as well, as the nameless Duck, someone who hasn't had the best mock races so far of the year, and he gets himself all the way up to P3. I wonder what this race could have been though if Bag and Sniper Pig didn't have their spinouts, and I wonder what could have gone right for Wildfan if he didn't get spun out too there. So congratulations!
Would have been in a great spot.
So congrats to Damage, who has taken the first ever win in the F2 series in the feature race. Don't go away yet, folks, as we still have the sprint race coming right after this. What a race, Al. Wow.
That was fantastic racing. The battle for the podium, though, was one of the greatest things I have ever seen. Russian time made me look completely and utterly stupid, because I said specifically that staying out on mediums was a horrible choice, and they end up getting a 3-4. So I clearly don't know anything.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the sprint race coming up. So just like Sinister Al has says, the sprint race. So Sevopai, who finished in P8, he will be starting in P1 for this race. So if you finish in P8 in the feature race, you will be starting in P1. If you finish in P7, you will be starting in P2. And P6 will start in P3. And pretty much just go from there. I know you guys are smart. You can figure it out. And after that, P9 and the rest of the guys are gridlocked in their spots. So the sprint race, from what we have seen, the sprint race are normally the most chaotic races of the year. A few drivers right now, it looks like Hex is starting out there on the soft tires. Few drivers are out there starting on the soft. Looks like Birdman was unable to complete his formation lap. So this sprint race will be 6 laps. Tire strategy so far. Only 2 drivers are starting out there on the softs, and it's 2 drivers that you want to watch out for. Pex and Bag. So, Sinister Al, I have to ask you, who are your dark horses to watch in the sprint race?
I guess he's not really a dark horse since he's starting in second.
Well,
but keep
I guess I have to
Man
correct myself. Who are the 3 drivers to watch for? And then give me your winner and your dark horse.
Okay, well, 3 to watch would be Man and Sniper Pig. They are out for vengeance. Sniper Pig, he went out early and ruined his entire race. And Man looked like he could have had a podium if it wasn't for a few unfortunate things that happened here and there. And obviously, watch out for Damage. He's starting in 8. He's going to be on a tear. And my pick to win, I'm going to say Man. He's starting in second. In second, he showed some promising pace in the feature race. He could have had a podium, like I said before. And a dark horse, I suppose, would be the Nameless Duck, who got a podium in the feature race. So I'd expect some great things from all 3 of those drivers.
My pick to win this race is probably going to be Apex in the ART car, as he is starting out on those softs. The drivers are making their way to their grid spots as we are seconds away from the sprint race starting. The lights are on, and as we all know, there's a little bit of a lag there when the lights go out. And go! We are racing in the sprint race. Sevelpai gets off to a good start. Man follow behind. One of the drivers going to the inside. Nameless Doug barrels his way, gets into trouble. Huge collision there.
Oh, there goes
And
Man.
a huge wreck. Sevelpai, Birdman, multiple drivers in a wreck already. Jonathan is one of them. Birdman, Wildfan as well. Looks like he was in that. I don't know what the Nameless Duck was doing there.
I swear.
I don't know what he was doing, but Pex gets off to a great start as he is all the way up in P1. Sevelpai got nailed at the start. Very unfortunate for him, as Birdman has looked like he has left the session. So there is an AI car that is out there on the track, so drivers be cautious of that. Sniper Pig and Bag battling out side by side, going into the corners. Sniper Pig battles back as he gets a spot. It looks like Damage is going to try to go to the inside of him. Glen Coco and Laser Runner battling it out too. Glen Coco gets the move on Laser Runner as he gets past him. Very close battling here from P2 all the way to P4 as Pex is on a roll right now. Pex is off to a great start. He's already on a 2-second lead in this race.
Comes Bag over Sniper Pig.
Sniper Pig is looking like he's taking a defensive line. Empty Bag trying to go for a move.
Oh no!
A little bit of contact there from Damage and Bag. Jonathan has also retired from the race. It's like Damage tries to go to the inside of Bag there. Right now, Apex and Damage has lost it. Damage has lost it. Damage has spun out as he is going to have to wait for all the drivers to clear. Very unfortunate for Damage there, the winner of the sprint race. And Hefty Bag is looking for a move on Pig. Can he make it stick? Pig goes to the inside. Can he make it clear?
Is it going away?
Pig, who is out there on the medium tires, battling really good there with Bag, who is out there on these soft tires.
Sniper Pig is really holding up Bag here. Bag is so much faster and probably has the same pace.
And it looks like from when
as Apex, it should happen here.
Should get Sniper Pig and Bag. Bag goes to the inside a little bit. They're going to battle down side by side down the front stretch. Pig has a lot of pace in that car, even on the medium tires. Lucas also set the fastest lap of the race. Hefty Bag is going to get that DRS. DRS is now activated here on lap 3. Can he make the move stick?
Easy here.
Sniper Pig goes for the over-under, but Hefty Bag does beat him out, though. Hefty Bag beats him out.
Hefty Bag is going to be on an absolute tear.
And while all that was going on, Laser Runner is starting to get a nice run on Duck here. As Duck does have some wing damage from that lap 1, turn 1 chaos. Pex is still holding a very nice lead over the field. Sniper Pig is starting to fall away from Bag, as Bag is on those softs. Laser Runner and the Nameless Duck battling pretty nicely here. Laser Runner is trying to go for a move. Wildfan does get in front of Fiji there. Fiji goes. They're battling side by side throughout the corner. Doesn't look like they touch. Minnesota Wildfan gets the move as Man was able to get around Fiji. Laser Runner, who's looking like he's trying to make a move on the Nameless Duck here. Pex also just set the fastest lap of the race. Laser Runner trying to make a move on Nameless Duck here. Nameless Duck, who is out there on a damaged right wing. Laser Runner doesn't go. Hope for it.
To the inside, a Wildfan.
Dam's car is looking like they're having a better. And Glen Coco spins it!
Aww.
One of the Dam's cars has lost it. And one of the Dam's cars, it was Glen Coco who lost it there coming out of the corners. And literally right on cue as when we were complimenting them for having a good sprint race, one of them got loose. Very unfortunate there for Glenn.
I just want to add here, Hefty Back is chewing down the gap to Apex now. It started off as a 4-second gap. It's already down to almost less than 2 seconds. So Hefty Bag is really going for it here.
Man, Wildfan battling it out side by side. It looks like Man was able to get the move. He was able to get that DRS. He was behind him. Man gets himself all the way up to P6. Laser Runner and Nameless Duck battling it out too. Takes that corner very wide. He needs to put down some consistent laps. Nameless Duck is running just a little bit better than him, and he has a damaged wing. Bag is starting to chase down Pex here pretty good, as Bag just set the fastest lap of the race with 2 laps to go.
That's a lap right there. That is a very incredible lap, I am.
Laser Runner trying to battle with Nameless Duck here for P4. Bunch of battling it out here in some of the back spots, but right now Bag is closing in on Pex. If you look at the timings, he is closing that gap very
tremendously.
Yeah. Damage was able to get around Wildfan for that P8 spot. Wildfan also looks like he is nursing a damaged right wing. Hefty Bag is starting to get under a second to Pex. This final lap is going to be huge. Oh, it's going to come down to the final lap here of the sprint race between Hefty Bag and Apex. Laser Runner and Nameless Duck also battling it out too. Can Laser Runner get on the inside? Doesn't look like he can. They're battling out side by side. He's going to get DRS here. Final lap coming up of this sprint race. And ladies and gentlemen, we are 1 lap to go. Bag has DRS. Can he chase down Pex? He is going to get that DRS zone down the second straight. Into turn 1 they go. Into turn 2 and 3. Hefty Bag is going to get the DRS.
It's gonna be rough.
Pex defends his line pretty good there.
Not good enough.
He's gonna have to get him here.
He onto it.
Pex is holding Bag off pretty good here. Bag is just gonna follow in and tuck behind. You don't want to go for anything dumb here. And Damage, who has spun out, has made his way all the way up from a little bit
of contact.
Hefty Bag is going to get that DRS, though. Hefty Bag looking for a move on the outside. Can't make it stick. Battling it out. Can Pex hold off Bag? Bag looks like he is the faster car, but Pex is defending his line pretty well.
Not over yet.
Coming down to the final straight before the final corner. It looks like Pex is just flying down. Can Bag do it? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to, so Apex is going to win the sprint race. Bag will take second, and Pig will take P3. Nameless Duck and Laser Runner. Looks like the Nameless Duck, even with the damaged wing, Nameless Duck will take P4, as Laser Runner will take P5. Damage will take P6. Man will take P7. Lucas and... oh, close battling there between Wildfan and Fiji there, as Wildfan was able to stick it out for P9 and Fiji finishes in P10. Glen Coco will finish in P11, but Apex wins the sprint race, so ART wins both the feature and the sprint races.
Wow. That's all I can say, really. That was incredible.
I thought Bag was going to be able to get him there in either one of those two straights. Amazing finish. Amazing finish in that sprint race. And the stewards are going to be looking at some penalties right after the race, as well, as there was some driving that I'm sure the stewards were not the biggest fans of. But Apex wins the sprint race, and Hefty Bag will take P2 and Sniper Pig will take P3. So it looks like the winner of the weekend is Hefty Bag, as he will win the weekend. Sinister Al, your final thoughts on the F2 race?
Well, for one, I don't think Nameless Duck is going to be a very popular guy in the garage after that in the sprint race. I am very impressed with Hefty Bag, though. He showed some great pace in both races. He ended up and finished well in the first race, and he went and just won.
Yep. So that is all the time that we have today, folks. Thank you for watching the F2 Bahrain race in the UDL F2 series. We will be back next week, as we will be going to Azerbaijan. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Pecan36 with my host, Sinister Owl. Thank you for watching, as we will see you next week. Congrats to Apex and Damage on their race wins, and congrats to Hefty Bag to winning the weekend. See you next week, folks.